To Vihiga County, where Vihiga Governor Wilber Ottichilo is currently addressing the press concerning the impeachment motion that he's facing.
Under the governor as his deputy. This is what we asked for from the people of Vihiga County, and it is exactly what they mandated us when they voted for us. We consulted widely on decisions while recognizing that there is only one center of power, and that is the governor. We are extending an olive branch to those who are feeling aggrieved by us in any way. If we talk with each other, we will definitely reach a solution that is in the public interest, which is paramount. Let us support the governor as he leads us into prosperity. Thank you. Governor, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. The year 2020 kicked off with a lot of challenges for the county government of Vihiga. The key and most impactful of these challenges have been pending bills, late payment of staff salaries, governance, and administrative challenges. Let me give highlights on the pending bills. Payment of Vihiga County historical pending bills was a directive from the National Treasury. County government of Vihiga has acknowledged the existence of pending bills, and in order to facilitate payment of the same, an audit was carried out by the Office of the Auditor General. The audit revealed that the county has Kenya shillings 1.1 billion of eligible pending bills and Kenya shillings 800 million of ineligible bills. A committee was constituted to look into the ineligible pending bills. With the directive from the National Treasury to settle these bills, my administration budgeted Kenya shillings 450 million in the 2019-2020 supplementary budget. This meant that the development initiatives had to give away for settling of pending bills. In December of 2019, the county treasury requested for funds from National Treasury to pay pending bills, together with the salaries for the month of January 2020. The issue of verification of pending bills whose funds for payment had been requested arose. Some of the firms had KRA compliance issues. As a consequence, it was not possible for the Controller of Budget to approve the request for Treasury for release of the money. This in turn affected the release of the January staff salaries because the request was made together. During the same period, the National Treasury had indicated that the county government of Vihiga had to show how it planned to settle the balance of Kenya shillings 650 million, given the deadline for payment of all pending bills is June 30th, 2020. Verification of pending bills and documents and KRA clearance for the firms whose bills were to be paid affected release of monies to settle the same and January salaries. This necessitated my travel to Nairobi to advocate for Vihiga County during the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council (IBEC) meeting that was held on 18th February 2020. Considering the meager county budget, we cannot stretch budgetary allocation anymore to accommodate payment of pending bills. Vihiga County needed special consideration from the rest of the affected counties. It was agreed that the payment of staff salaries not to be tied to pending bills. And it is for this reason that the staff have received their January salaries. Part of the money requested for payment of pending bills has been processed and is now available to settle some of the verified bills. It should be noted that the Kenya shillings 450 million is not released as a block. What has been released is Kenya shillings 139 million. The rest will be released in tranches every month as per the approved and verified documentation. For clarification and point of information to all affected creditors, note that all pending bills will not be paid at a go. It will be a process that will take some time. Further, Treasury has now agreed to allow us to carry forward pending bills to the next financial year. The financial year is there. This financial year, there is therefore no money for development except for pending bills. The historical pending bills will continue being paid throughout this and next financial years. To those affected, we call for continued patience because this is the best available option we are to clear these bills. As a consequence of the above, I wish to share with the people of Vihiga County that all the development money budgeted for the 2019-2020 financial year has now been allocated to pending bills. In the next financial year, 2020-2021, most of the allocation will still go to pending bills. Therefore, the only option left for development will be conditional grants from national government and donor support from development partners. The second issue we have faced is on human resources. The overemployment of staff in the Department of Health has been another major challenge that has spilled into this year. This is a problem that we have tussled with, and I am releasing this statement. As I am releasing this statement, the matter is still in court, so I will not make a lot of comments on the same. However, we were able to allocate funds in the supplementary budget to pay health staff for 6 months up to October 2019 for the period worked. From there is no budget to pay any more services rendered or continue to be rendered. We also had a challenge paying salaries for cleaners, revenue collectors, community health volunteers, fire marshals, and TVET instructors. This was occasioned by the fact that their contracts lapsed in June 2019. At that time, we did not have the County Public Service Board in place, who have the authority to review and renew contracts. The new board came in office in November 2019, regularizing some of the essential contracts for continued and uninterrupted delivery of service. We were able to pay some of them in December. The rest will be paid in the January salaries. Due to financial constraints or lack of budget, we were not able to re-engage some of these staff after their contracts ended. As a consequence, some of them have left service. This has become a matter of strife in the public and discontent. Consequently, we do not have enough staff to carry out proper cleaning services. When funds become available, we will be able to re-engage or recruit staff to carry out these essential services. However, we continue to provide the same services with the staff we have. The other issue that has been of concern is the executive and the county assembly relations. The relationship between the executive and the county assembly of Vihiga County has always been cordial and supportive of the Vihiga agenda since 2018. The above mentioned challenges, particularly the non-release of January salaries, precipitated another big problem where health workers went on strike and other staff went on a go-slow strike. This also affected the county assembly because their salaries are received by the executive before they are forwarded to the assembly. As the elected representatives of the people, the members of the county assembly took up the above challenges, which ranged from pending bills, delay in salaries, oversight, and implementation of various development projects across the county, particularly for this financial year. Due to the emotive nature of the above stated issues, this matter has been prosecuted in the public and continue to be till now. As the governor of this county, I made the decision and wrote to the Speaker of the County Assembly to request for an urgent meeting with the members of the County Assembly to provide a response and the right information regarding the issues being discussed in the public fora. However, the current socio-political conditions in the county has forestalled the initiative. I have again written to the Speaker to request for a meeting with the members of the County Assembly at the County Assembly chambers to prosecute this matter in a sober and rational manner, because the current discussion of this matter in the public domain is tarnishing the name and the leadership of the county, and more importantly, it is negatively affecting our development partners who are sponsoring various projects in the county.
There you have it, Wilber Ottichilo addressing members of the press concerning the reason as to why pending bills have not been paid. He's now asking residents of Vihiga County not to expect any development in that county because all the finances that were set aside for development projects in Vihiga County have now been channeled towards paying pending bills until the financial year for 2021. A developing story right there. We shall be speaking to a man on the ground later on, Willie Lusige, to give us more update because that press conference is still underway. But